Hi, it's Scottish Mudlarking with Nicole and Craig. Today we've come along to Cellardyke, and as it's bonfire night tonight, we're going to see if we can find some bonfire glass. Thank you so much to everyone who's helped support the channel through Ko-fi, Etsy and Amazon. It really does help us continue to make these films. Well, the tide's just beginning to come in, so the harbour's empty just now. We're not going to hang around here for very long because we want to get along to a little beach that's a little bit further along the coast here. So I think when we got in here, I'd said that this area was completely covered in seaweed before. There's still some seaweed here. There's a lot of fresh, wet seaweed, but we found a lot of dry seaweed as well. I know I'm pointing at sea glass as I'm telling you this, but the weird thing is, I think the seaweed's still here, but it's just buried because every now and again, as I take a step, my foot just sinks in to the ground, and I reckon that's because there's seaweed under here. But there's also quite a lot of nice sea glass. Well, it's a bit of a blustery day here today. So we're just down in the harbour. Are you having any luck down there?
I found a mini starfish right next to a plastic fishing bait.
Okay, well that's not a great start. Let's have a look at that.
Yeah.
That is a tiny starfish, really small.
Yeah, look. Oh, the wee bean. I think I'm going to take him because he's obviously not going back to sea.
No.
So we'll take this little chap with us. And we're also going to take, come, a speed here.
Oh right, yeah, that's a nice day glow. Fluorescent, yellow-ish kind of, very
look.
80s. Oh, we've got a set.
Two.
Oh, do you know where there's two of them, there's bound to be some kind of hook, right? So. Have we got a hook? No, we don't have a hook.
Look, that's almost a bracelet just as it is. We're going to take this.
Nice wee bit of sea foam there. Maybe Nicole will say that's clear, but I think that's sea foam.
Yeah.
Nice wee bit there.
You have to come here though.
Sorry, I've just found a really chunky wee bit of sea foam. I'm going to grab that wee bit of sea foam then, and I'll go over there because Nicole's found something.
Yeah.
Okay, so what have you found?
Something really, really special. Come check it out.
Wow, that's a good colour.
I know. I wonder if it's UV, but it's a really stunning yellow. I'm going to have to pick it up.
Yeah, go for it. You know, I hope it's not algae.
No, it's not. What an amazing piece.
Now, just spotted this wee piece of pottery here, just hiding underneath the seaweed. It's got a nice pattern on there, very clear. But we can see that. I'm going to put it on top of this. Yeah, that's quite a nice wee piece. Quite clearly patterned. I think we'll take that.
I've just seen this bit down here, and I think you're going to be quite happy because it's going to make up for that wee bit of shell that you found.
Ah, yeah. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Now that's definitely blue.
It is, and it's a really big piece as well.
Yeah, and we can see through it so we know it's glass and not a shell.
Definitely, yeah. I'm going to take that one.
Quite a lot of green in this beach. Some quite nice green pieces. This piece here, put it down next to this other piece, much brighter. Really nice bright colour, that one.
Yeah, so it's Kelly green and some sort of forest green. This is usually kind of from more modern bottles, although poison bottles were also made in green. And then we have this one, probably both beer bottles.
50 shades of green.
At least.
I think we found yet another shade of green. In fact, I'm even going to go as far as to say this is kind of teal, or yeah, I don't know, it's a really nice colour of green, that one. Kind of emerald green, teal green. See if we can see it better against this stone. Yeah, it's a lovely colour and a great shape as well. Now the last time we were here on this beach, it was all absolutely covered in seaweed. And you know, we've been sitting on that footage for a while. We haven't actually shown it. But what we couldn't see then, and we can see now, is that there are quite a lot of bones on this beach.
Yeah, there's another one just down here.
Yeah.
I would hazard a guess it's seagull or something.
Yeah, I'm going to guess it's seagull. I've actually seen more fishing line there, but whilst you're dragging that out of the seaweed, I'm just going to move across up here a wee bit. And there's another wee bone. And you know, I've found something quite cool here among the bones.
Oh, okay.
I've found this. Now, do you know what that is? I'm going to move that out of the way of the bones. So for anybody who doesn't like to see bones, we'll move over here.
Oh.
Right. Do you know what that is?
Oh, it's an old clothes peg.
It is indeed.
Yeah, we used to have them when I was a child.
So that's a part of, it's half of an old wooden clothes peg. And the reason that's interesting here, and a wee bird. But yeah, the reason that's interesting here is because people still continue to hang their washing out to dry in the harbour. And they have done for very, very, very many years.
Oh, so this could be hundreds of years old.
Well, maybe 30.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to take this one. It's a nice wee piece of driftwood.
Yeah. So we're getting closer to this incredible harbour wall here.
Yeah.
And you've just found some pieces of ceramic.
Yeah, there's a lovely piece of pottery down here, and I've got another 3 little things I want to show you.
That's very clear. It's clearly a piece of transferware.
Yeah.
But, you know, I can't make out what that design is. Any idea what that is?
No, at first I thought it was a blue willow pattern, but these 2 pieces kind of look like little shooting stars. I'm really not sure what the pattern is, but it's a nice blue.
Yeah, be unusual if it was shooting stars.
Yeah, very much so.
So just as we were heading over to the harbour wall to take a look at what we found so far, I looked down and I saw this piece. That's an excellent wee pattern. It looks like a wee flower. It's quite rough, maybe hand painted. Not sure, could be spongeware. Really lovely. Really thick as well. Okay, I'm just going to hand you a couple of little pieces that I've found, and we'll add them to what you've got there, and we'll take a close look at them.
Yeah.
That's not bad. We've got a wee collection of things there, and quite a few different things. Some ceramic, some glass, some plastic.
Yeah, it's a really nice kind of rainbow of colours here. We've got some amber and some sea foam. Found that really nice piece of yellow. I found a little tooth. I know, not to everybody's taste. Found this blue bit and this jadeite piece. That might actually be UV. We're going to have to check that. Then you found this really amazing little flower piece. That's really nice.
It's quite cute, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it's spongeware. So that's really nice. And another bit of green.
Did you say that's teal? It's kind of tealy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of tealy. One of the lots of shades of green
Yeah,
that
so
you can
that's
find.
number 3 in our 50 shades of green.
Yeah.
I can really see the tide starting to come in now.
Well, we found some really amazing pieces so far, but we still haven't found what we're looking for. So let's go and see if we can find some bonfire glass.
The celebration that we now call Bonfire Night was made mandatory in 1606. The observance of the 5th of November Act marked an extremely contentious historical event. The Act was eventually repealed in 1859, which ended the legal obligation that had been placed on the country to celebrate various executions and failed rebellions. But people continued to build large bonfires and burn a human effigy each year on the 5th of November, though the reasons they did so changed dramatically. People in Scotland had been making bonfires around this time of year for a very long time. Bonfire Night is less than a week apart from Samhain, an age-old Celtic agricultural celebration marking the end of harvest and the onset of a period of dark, difficult times through winter. In the lead up to November the 5th, groups of children gathered old rags and clothing. They stuffed them with newspapers and anything else that would burn easily, and we made a human effigy. Other children gathered wood from wherever they could find it, and they set about building as big a bonfire as they could manage. We'd put that figure in an old pram or trolley and push it from door to door, exchanging jokes and songs for a few pennies so that we could buy fireworks. The association between the 5th of November and fireworks was made unmistakable around 1910, when fireworks manufacturers pushed to rename the celebration Firework Night. When the night of the 5th of November came around, people gathered around the bonfire to watch it and the effigy on top burn, while fireworks were set off all around. From childhood, I cannot remember a bonfire night with a recognisable effigy. More recently though, a great deal of effort has gone into making the effigy very easy to identify. And no surprises, the figures tend to be political leaders. And even that change reflects events that had led to the abolishment of fireworks in the 1800s, when one bonfire had at its top a leading political figure. Tradition is a funny thing. In Scotland we have burned fires at this time of year for a very, very long time, though the reason we burn them has changed significantly over time. An agricultural fire festival, a mandatory celebration for an execution, an expression of political dissent, or a night to enjoy colourful explosions of fireworks in the sky. Why do we continue to light bonfires and burn effigies to this day? Perhaps we're reflecting the past to say something important about the present.
So here we go through a tiny wee close. Let's see if we get lucky. Will we find bonfire glass here? I don't know. An awful lot of stones.
Certainly an amazing landscape.
But is it a landscape that's going to be good for finding sea glass? I'll tell you what it will be good for, and that's getting locked in by the sea. When it comes over here, the sea will come right up to that end.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
We have to keep our wits about.
Yeah, let's move it. Well, we don't have a lot of time here, but yeah, I think we've got enough time to have a good poke around here. And I think we've found an area that we can do that. Just up ahead, there's some scree. It's just perfect for us.
Well, I think this new spot looks kind of promising. There's a bit of light blue here already, so fingers crossed.
Cool, first find.
Yay!
There we go now, I can see a wee line in that. And I hope it's not... Oh, there's a wee bit of ceramic underneath it as well.
Yeah.
Double finds.
Bit of pottery and this nice bit of kind of baby blue. So let's hope, or let's keep our fingers crossed that we find more things.
Now I think we're in for some luck. We've been doing these wee projects with small pieces of glass, and this looks to me like the perfect place to be finding small pieces of glass. A wee piece up here, a couple of other wee pieces just in here.
Another few pieces.
Yeah,
just
there's
in this
lots, isn't there?
Close vicinity, and I found this, which I think is probably like a little pellet, like a BB gun pellet or something. It's not BB.
Okay, well, you know, on the positive side, there's lots of little pieces of sea glass.
Yay, very good, very good. Not leaving that here.
Now, I know I said we were finding lots of small pieces, but now we're finding really tiny pieces. There's this tiny wee piece of blue in here. I'll see if I can get that. And just alongside it, another wee piece of blue and a wee piece of like amber or brown glass there.
Yeah, they are really, really tiny.
They are less tiny, but really lovely. It's this wee piece of sea foam. Okay, good idea to come over here. Lots of really cool, lovely little pieces of sea glass.
Yeah.
So far, tiny pieces, but really nice.
Yeah. Now, where's that bonfire glass hiding?
Yeah, still got to find the bonfire glass. Now, I think I just saw this piece, and I think both Nicole and I reckon it probably is just stone. But, oh no, it's not. It's really not.
Oh, is it pirate glass?
I'm not sure if it's pirate glass. It certainly looks like pirate glass. But we'll take a closer look at that and see if we can see some light through it and maybe get a sense of the colour. But to me, it might be thick glass because it looks very blue, very kind of petrol blue coloured.
All right, yeah, well spotted.
So
yeah.
that's a cool piece.
Definitely. A little bit of pirate glass.
So I think Nicole's possibly right that other piece that we found, we'll take a closer look at it later, but I reckon it probably is pirate glass because this looks to me, oh, do you know what, that's a piece of stone. Now the reason I bent down to get that was because I saw this piece just off to the top, and that's definitely pirate glass.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
here's an interesting comparison. Now I think this one's quite easy to spot because of the sea marks.
The texture is totally different from the stone, right?
Yeah, so the stone's really smooth. This is all sea marked. If you don't know what sea marks are, I'll try to put a link up in a video where I show you exactly what those are. But the other qualities of this, although not something that we can see at the moment, is that this would dry before this.
Yeah, very well spotted.
That's nice. That's a piece of stone. Now what's that? Wee bit of glass. Now it's not, I suspect very strongly that this is not UV glass or anything fancy. I think it's just really, really, really manky clear glass. But we'll maybe take that, maybe give it a wee clean up and see what we get. It's another shade of green in our series, 50 Shades of Green. There's so many really lovely little pieces of glass here.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to hand you a couple of wee pieces that I've found and we'll take a look at what you've been finding. Well, that's what I've been finding, and just, you know, looking at some of the colours you've found, I think they're very similar.
Yeah, lots of really nice chunky pieces over this area. Nice sea foam. I also found a couple of pieces of blue. You found that blue. Couple of really nice, really nice pieces. And this lovely piece of pottery there with the flower.
So we're still finding lots of this green glass, tiny wee shard here, but there's a wee bottle bottom here. It's quite nice, it's a really nice colour, but it's one of these modern pieces. I think you can see the markings on the bottom there. But I've just noticed there's a wee piece of glass underneath that, and do you know what? I think that's what we're looking for. So I'm going to take this piece over to Nicole and see if I can confirm if it is what I think it is, and I think it's exactly what we're looking for. Oh, and I've just lost it. There it is. Let's see.
I found a really cool piece of pirate glass.
I think I've found something better, but let's have a wee look at that pirate glass first.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's cool. It's what looks like a bottle bottom to me.
It certainly does.
But do you know what I've found?
No?
We'll turn this over because I think it might offer a nice wee stand. And I think this is possibly today's best find, but only because I think this is what we're looking for. Maybe you can confirm that.
Oh, Oh, that is bonfire glass. You see there's a little bit of ash in there, maybe a bit of sand, and it's kind of really rugged and kind of not very uniform shaped.
Very cool. Let's take a closer look at that.
Yeah. I really love bonfire glass, and this is a tiny piece, and you know what I love most? There's air bubbles in it, there's ash in it, and it's got a really rugged shape, just like the Scottish landscape. I really love bonfire glass.
Cool, we found a piece.
Yay, well done.
Now that's very cool. Again, another unexpected find here, but I reckon we've got, whoa. Oh, yeah, I think that's jam jar. Looks like a jam jar lid to me. This is the top that's been buried in the ground for some time, and this has been getting covered in algae for several years. Just alongside this as well is just a fantastically, it's very dirty, very grubby, but it's so nicely worn. A wee piece of glass there. We'll take these along and see what Nicole's been up to while I've been down at the seashore. I can see that Nicole is taking a much closer, more detailed look at the ground. So let's see what she's found. Now, I was just speaking to Nicole. I was about to go and show her that wee jam jar piece and those two other pieces of glass that I just found. And then I looked down and I said, well, maybe Nicole wants to come over here and take a wee look at this, because I think this is very special. I don't think I've ever seen a piece of glass this colour before. So let's see if that's bait enough. Yes it is, yes it is.
Special colour? Special colour?
Yes indeed. Let's
Okay.
look. Yeah, it's this piece.
Oh, wow.
That is such a cool colour. Now I think there's multicolours in there. There's a bit of pink, there's a bit of blue. And here was me, I was going to show you that.
Okay, right, yeah, well that's a pretty good find. We don't usually tend to find large pieces like that of Victorian jam jars.
Yeah.
But I'm going to move it aside.
Yeah, I would. Either that or use it as a base, because that is a gorgeous piece of glass. That's really special.
Amazing. Yeah, it's an opalescent and pink flash glass piece, so that's really rare.
Very cool. Now we'll pick that up and let's have a wee look at what you've been finding.
Yeah.
You made some really cool finds there.
Yeah.
I can see some nice colours.
I've been sifting through the glass and I was rewarded. The beach kept the best piece to last. So I've got a large piece of pink flash glass. Found this amazing lavender. Can you imagine? This started off as white and the sun made it lavender. If you don't know how that works, go check out our video on manganese sea glass. Also found a little bit of pipe stem. Cool, huh?
Cool.
Yeah. Bit of opalescent glass and some really other lovely treasures.
Some very cool finds there.
Yeah.
There's a wee fleck of rain in the air, I can feel it on my face. So we're going to get into some shelter, and it's probably just as well because the tide is really starting to come in now. But before we get back off to the car, just let's have a look at some of our best finds today. It's going to have to be a bit of a quick roundup today because that's the rain on.
Yeah, okay, let's go. So we found some amazing pieces of sea foam and white, this lovely piece of lavender, probably my favourite piece, and these 3 pieces of pink that we found, this blue piece over from the harbour, lovely piece of spongeware, and these 2 really nice plastic beads, some other plastic that we're taking off the beach, and this sorry looking starfish.
But I think those pink pieces, star finds, that and the bonfire piece of course.
Yeah, which I couldn't find in my bag. So yeah, there's a bonfire piece as well and some really lovely sea glass.
Yeah, we'll take a much closer look at that bonfire piece on Sunday.
Yeah, when we do the crafts.
Yeah, Okay, let's get back to the car.
Yeah, let's see if we can find some more bonfire on the way.
Yeah. Big thanks to everybody for watching, liking and commenting on the videos. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe. And also click the bell so that you can get notifications for our Sunday videos.
On Sunday, we're going to take a closer look at what bonfire glass is, and I'm going to be making some beautiful jewellery.